My 365 Podcasts with me, Pete Cohen. Welcome to My 365, and I'm delighted to bring you how to rediscover your personal power. How to rediscover your personal power. So get ready for some game-changing information. But before we get stuck in, today's podcast is brought to you by My 365 Elite. Elite is your opportunity to take advantage of the best coaching opportunity in the world. Why? You get world-class coaching every single day available to you wherever you are in the world. You get access to a community of like-minded people. Plus, you get full access to the best masterclasses that I've ever put together on things like leadership, on movement, wellness, confidence, breaking habits, and so much more. And just for £1, you get access to all of this for 7 days. So you can just really find out whether My 365 Elite is for you. So head over to mi365.me/elite and see what Elite can do for you. So, welcome to the show, episode 124. Sounds like something from Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I saw it in 1977, the first film. And to say that I was sitting in the cinema like this would be a massive understatement. And it wasn't just because how visually amazing it was. I hadn't seen anything like that before, but it was the story. The story of the Force. Use the Force, Luke. The Force that exists within all of us. And that's what we're looking at today. We're looking at how to rediscover the power that sits within you. Because we all have this incredible power to do amazing things. And some of you maybe have heard me say this before, but maybe hell is coming to the end of your life and meeting the person that you could have become. Let me say that again. Hell is coming to the end of your life and meeting the person that you could have become. You see, I think that within you and within me is a burning desire to get better. I actually radically believe that within all of us, there's a burning desire to get better and then to give back, to give in some way, to contribute. We all love to receive presents, but many of us also like to give things to people, to give what we have learned, to give what the things that we've learned along the way. And that's kind of why I'm here because I want to inspire 100 million people around the world. And maybe some of you, from what I'm going to say today, you will be inspired and you will go and do something that changes the course of your life. And who knows, that might impact someone else's life in a positive way because we have this ability. Now, when you see a film like Star Wars or Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or Alice in Wonderland or The Wizard of Oz or Rocky, any of these films that you're seeing, we identify ourselves with the characters. What do I mean by that? We identify with the character, but we also recognize the journey that the character is on. And it's always a very similar journey. This journey of someone who's often just quite a humble person is called to an adventure. And they often didn't even want to go on the adventure in the first place. But circumstances were such that they ended up going on this journey. They got a mentor. And by the way, My 365 really stands for Inner Mastery. M-I, Inner Mastery, mastering yourself. Use the Force, Luke. The force that exists within you. But there are opposing forces that exist within you. And I've seen this with every single human being. I see that people have a void inside them that it's almost like this vulnerability. I'm not quite good enough. I'm not the person I could be. And we tend to hide that away rather than thinking, look, this is me. I ain't perfect, but I want to get better. And I want to use the power and rediscover that power to move forward in a direction that I want to go. But if you decide to tap into that energy of moving forwards into growth, as opposed to the other force which will pull you back into safety, back into I'm not good enough, back into making excuses, yes, inflammation of the excuse-making gland, which many of us have. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not quite good enough. It won't work. I failed in the past. That is what we call duckology. And we all have a duck in our head, and it's the duck that often came into our life when we were quite young. We were about 3 or 4 or 5 years old when we started to talk and think and reflect. And this voice has really, it's not that it necessarily has damaged us, it's just limited us. But we are more than the duck. Now, you might think, really, Pete, I don't really have a duck. Well, whether it's a duck or a monkey or part X or whatever you want to call it, we all have this voice, which is an opposing force, which will pull us back. That's how I've seen it. This is work I've been doing for, I feel like I was about to say I've been doing it for centuries. Sometimes it feels like I've been doing it for centuries because you see the same patterns that exist within all of us. And if we don't decide to tap into our true power, and I'm going to explain to you how I believe you can do this and it will make a significant difference to your life, but how also you can take control of what you're saying to yourself and become stronger, become that better version of you. You see, there are people everywhere that right now are saying to themselves, I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. Have you ever said that to yourself? I don't feel like it today. I don't feel like it now. And this is a very dangerous thing to say, because if you don't feel like doing something today, well, maybe that's okay. But if you said that tomorrow, I don't feel like it. For example, I don't feel like exercising, so I won't do it. Tomorrow, I don't feel like exercising. The one act doesn't make too much of a significant difference. But if you said that every single day, I just don't feel like it, I'm sorry to say this, but you're killing yourself. You're killing your future by the little micro decisions that you make every single day. Oh, just one more alcoholic drink. Oh, just one more piece of cake. It won't hurt. Well, the one bit won't, but how much will it get to the point where it really can destroy your future, especially if you do have big goals and big dreams and big ambitions, whether it's to write a book, whether it's to have your own podcast, whatever it is, it's recognizing that it's the little micro decisions that over time could really move you in a direction that you thought, hell is coming to the end of your life and meeting the person that you could have been, and you meet that person, you think, oh my God, that's the person that I could have become. And the difference between me and the person I am is all of the little decisions that I made every single day. A genius is someone who recognizes, okay, these are the little things that I just got to do, even when I don't feel like it. And what I'm going to ask you today to really rediscover the internal power that you have is to think about the identity that you want to create, the person you'd like to be. And it doesn't have to be this obsessive person that is obsessed with just getting better, even though if that was an obsession, that's a pretty good one to have. Maybe not to the extent where you're always thinking about the next thing and you're not actually enjoying the moment, just like the moment I'm sharing with you now. See, I believe in you so much, whoever you are, wherever you are in the world. And though I might never meet you, I believe you have a story that is still untold. And I also believe that the best is yet to come. And I know you have this force that you can tap into, the force for good, the force for you getting better, and then sharing your greatness with the world. So take a moment and think about the identity that you would like to create, the person you would like to become. And you can think about maybe 3 areas that the person you'd like to become would be in, and that's your health and your well-being. The second is your family and your friends, the person that you want to be in that environment. And lastly is your work and your service, identifying with that better version of yourself in the future. And rather than saying, I don't feel like it right now, no, identify with the person that you want to be in those different areas of your life, and then act in accordance with that identity. And guess what? This is where the magic comes. The magic comes that when you do this, the feelings come. The feelings of achievement, the feelings of happiness, the feelings of what Martin Seligman talks about, which is called PERMA, positive emotion, engagement, relationships, good, solid relationships, meaning, a life of meaning, and a life of achievement. This can be done. So take some time to think, okay, what's my biggest takeaway from this podcast? But also take some time to think about when you move through the world, recognize all of the little micro decisions that you're making and think, could I make a different decision here that might be a challenging decision to make because of the how much there is an impulse to act. This is something that we're going to continue to deliver for you and help you manage yourself that much better, because it's very easy to give into impulses. It's very easy to give into things that we feel compelled to do that in some cases really aren't the best thing for us to do. But just take some time today to think about, yes, I want to tap into that power within me, and then recognize the person that you want to become, and then realize it's just the constant effort, the constant decision to move in the direction that you want to go. So I really hope that you've enjoyed today's podcast. Use the Force, Luke. Luke, did you hear what Darth Vader said to Luke Skywalker? He said, Luke, I know what you're getting for Christmas. And Luke goes, what's this? What's that voice? Luke, it's your father. What? Luke, I know what you're getting for Christmas. Luke Skywalker goes, how could you possibly know what I'm getting for Christmas? Because I felt your presence. Now, I know that's not particularly funny. Some of you might have laughed. Some of you might even get it. But your presence makes a difference. And when your duck is quacking away and you're making excuses, and the excuse-itis, the gland that's getting bigger from making excuses, you just get to a point you think, no, I've had enough of that. It's time for me to show up and bring the best me into the world. So thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed the podcast, we're still in the top 10 on iTunes for news and noteworthy, which is amazing. We couldn't do that without you, because many of you share these podcasts, you write comments, and we really appreciate it. So if you're listening on iTunes, feel free to make a comment. If you're listening on our website, make a comment, share it, get it out there. You just don't know who might listen to this and the difference it might make to their life. And finally, go and check out my365.me/elite, mi365.me/elite, and see what coaching can do for you. Have a great day, and thanks for listening. Happy, beautiful day. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and if you want more free inspiration to optimize your life so you can achieve your goals in all the different areas of your life, then visit mi365.me. That's mi365.me, and sign up to 365 days of free coaching with me, Pete Cohen. Thanks for listening, and have an awesome day.